Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are a tourism or hospitality student or someone who dreams of working in hotels, resorts, restaurants or travel agencies, you are in the right place. Today we're going to talk about something that silently controls the industry but often gets ignored: the law in tourism and hospitality. Because behind every hotel check-in, every restaurant service, and every tour package, there are rules, responsibilities, and legal duties that protect both guests and businesses. So if you ever wondered why hotels have strict safety rules, why restaurants can be closed for violations, or why one mistake can lead to be lawsuit, then stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why knowing the law is not optional, it's essential. Let's begin. Good day everyone. Today we're going to talk about something that's important but often overlooked in tourism and hospitality: the law. When we hear the word law, minsan iniisip natin agad ay korte, kulungan, or kaso. Pero in reality, law is part of our daily operation, especially in hotels, restaurants, resorts, travel agencies, and even our tour guiding. So this topic, the introductions to law in tourism and hospitality, will help you to understand why rules exist, how they protect guests and businesses, and what happens when rules are ignored. Think of the law as the silent manager of the industry. Hindi mo siya laging nakikita, pero ramdam mo kapag wala siya. Gems. So, what is law? Law is a fundamental system of rules crafted and enforced by governments to regulate behavior within society. Its primary purpose is to maintain order, protect individual and collective rights, facilitate dispute resolution, and establish the standards essential for a functional society. In the dynamic sectors of tourism and hospitality, law serves as critical backbone, ensuring safety, fairness, and accountability for both businesses and their customer. So, first, law is a system of rules made and enforced by the government. Its main purpose is to maintain order, protect rights, solve conflicts, and ensures that society functions properly. So in tourism and hospitality, law and act as the backbone of safety and fairness. So, for example, when you check in a hotel, you trust that the room is safe. When you eat at the restaurant, you trust that the food is clean. When you book in a tour, you trust that it was promised will be delivered. So, hindi to basta trust lang. Law makes sure these expectations are met. Kung walang batas kasi, magiging chaotic ang industry. Anyone can operate kahit delikado, kahit unfair, kahit illegal. So in every establishment ng atong atuan ng hospitality establishment, tanan sila under the law, under operated or given permission given by the government. Tanan sila is na-comply sa requirements na ipa-require sa mismong government. So, mga sige na students. Now, proceed with the key characteristics of law. First, now let's discuss the key characteristics of law. First is universality. This means law applies to everyone. Kahit mayaman ka, sikat ka, or manager ka na hotel, you are not above the law. Wala gipili ang law. Tananta above the law. Tananta is under the law rather. Tananta dapat to follow what is about the law. Example, a hotel owner still needs permits And licenses, same as sa small inn owner. Kung sa kadako man sa imong kung ika 5-star man ka, same lagyan pa mo requirements with the 1-star or mga small establishment. Okay? Second is enforceability. Law are enforced by the government. Ibig sabihin, kapag hindi ka sumunod, may penalty, fine, and legal action. Okay, for example, kapag walang fire exit ang hotel, pwede itong ipasara. So there is a requirements or compliance na dapat comply sa mismong establishment. That's why gani ka itong mga sa Boracay, no, na they experience rehabilitation, they reinforce, they suspend, they gitang-tanga sila license to operate because of na siya penalty and na siya mga fines, na siya mga gilabag na mga rules. Flexibility. Law are dynamics, adapting to evolving societal needs, technological advancement, and changing circumstances. So law is not fixed forever. It's fixed forever. Huh? It changes based on new technology, new risk, new social needs. So, take law in tourism is kabago-bago na siya. Nagbago-bago. Depende sa pagdagan sa generation, pagdagan sa panahon. So, di siya yung mauna yung law na next kuan makapakita ng paagi. So, we don't know good na bisa kita nag-upgrade hasta sa ang law, nag-upgrade sa na. Okay? Example, online bookings and digital payments. May bagong regulation ngayon because of this. For example, sa una, ang online bookings padala lang sa nitawag na payments through Palawan, Emily Sibanang Libilier. Kani is through online payment like GCash, mga e-money, e-wallet na pamaagi. Okay. But namo siya totally agreement. Anak. Last is public interest. A main goal of law is public safety and welfare. Fire safety law requires hotels to have exit signs and fire certificates. So, munang ubang mga hotels mag-conduct puno og mga trainings, orientations, or any drills para matagaan lang sa proper certificates. Example, fire safety law, no? Kung wala sila makita na fire exit, di naman tagaan og certificate. Nya, in government, in law, kung wala ka certificate, di ka pwedeng mo operate. With some establishment, either related to tourism, hospitality industry, multi-educational, pangitaan ko na health certificate. Gusto mga BIST, pangitaan ka pa na siyang health certificate. So, kung dili ka po apply ang basis of certificate, there's no possibility na mag-operate ang mismong establishment. Same as sa ibang mga establishments. So, hindi lang ito requirements, no? Kanimang butang di sa law. It saves lives. Okay. So, now let's proceed with next is the types of law relevant to tourism and hospitality. So now let's talk about the types of law that directly affect our industry. First, the public law. That governs interactions between individuals and state, including regulatory compliance, licensing, and taxation within the industry. So, this governs the relationship between businesses and the government. For example, business permits usa sa kinahanglanon na sa mismong establishment sa hospitality and tourism. Tourism accreditation, di mo siya maingon na accredited ang usa ka area o sa ka tourist spot o sa ka establishment kung wala siya certification under the Department of Tourism. And taxes, it should be all government or all establishment that operates mga businesses dapat magbayad siya og taxes. Kapag hotel ka, you must comply with the government regulation. Hindi optional yan. It should be the primary rule na dapat buhato sa usa ka establishment, no? Second, private law deals with relationship between private parties, encompassing contracts for services and tours like So this private law answers the question, who is responsible when someone harm or disadvantage? So private law usually involves complaints, claims, compensation, and damages, not makitaan between the guest and the mismong establishment. For example, guest sleeps on a wet floor, guest belongings are stolen, poor service causing inconvenience, supplier fails to deliver items. So here the government does not automatically interfere. The injured party must file complaint or case. So important for you students to know that most guest complaints fall under private law, not criminal law. Tanang complaints na maabot with private law, di siya yung napasabot na criminal na kaha. So these businesses kita go private mga sectors natin private law in each mga ganyan mga ubang mga establishment ng mga attorney, no? Na example students ha, if the guest leaves because there was no wet floor sign, then that is negligence and the hotel can be sued under the private law. Mag-talk ta, negotiate mo, the both parties, the guest and the mismo establishment, talk under the private law. Criminal law. A. This criminal law applies when an act is considered as crime against society, not just a private individual. This law answers the question, is the act dangerous or harmful to society? In criminal law, the state files the case. The punishment may include imprisonment or heavy fines. For example, theft inside the hotel, ninakawang nahitabo sa inside the hotel, physical assault by staff or guest, drug dealing in the resort, fraud by travel agency. Tanan mahug siya as criminal law, no? So even in the victim forgives the offender, the case can continue because society was harmed. So dingon siya was na pumatuod na ikaw ra usa. No, sa ingon tag ikawatan ka. May tabuan na dili jud ikaw ra. So in criminal law tanan possible ang nangawat sa usa ka hotel, possible pwede kang kasuhan. For example, students sa scenario like you are in housekeeping area, then simbako is nagsud ka sa usa ka room, then ikaw ang last ni sulod ana, then after an hour namatay ang guest, then pag check sa CCTV, okay, para sila mag-talk pa din private law if ever kung gusto makikuan. Pero if ever gani sila na mahog siyang makaharm siya sa mostly sa mga guests, mahog na siya as criminal law. Okay? Example, if a staff member assault a guest, it is no longer just a hotel issue. It's become a criminal case. Kung naaga rin namatay inside the kuan, there's tendency siya mahimog as private issue na may mo siya against society na magus siya. So there's a possibility na mapriso na mo. Okay? Last is the contract law. Contract law governs agreements between two or more parties. This law answers the question, was as a promise made and was it fulfilled? In tourism's value, almost everything is contract. Hotel reservation na wala kami tungha, tour packages, event bookings, catering services, airline tickets. Contracts can be written, verbal, online. So once you confirm booking, you are legally bound even it's online. So once ni-agree na mo sa agreement, once ni-sign na mo sa contract, kung if ever catering no, you are one of my suppliers, tapos ni back out kagkalit, wala kayong tungha, pwede ka na kung kasukan once nakapirma ka sa atong agreement. Okay? So these are the types of law. No? Public law, private law, criminal law, and contract law. Unta tanan diha dito ma-appealan na, dito maka-violate sa law. Okay? So now, let's proceed with the tourism. Tourism law, the scope and focus. So tourism law is a broad legal field encompassing statutes and regulation that govern the diverse aspect of travel and tourism services. So it covers crucial areas such as aviation, maritime travel, package tour directives, and complex web of international treaties. Examples include regulations of tour operator liability and established passenger rights for airlines. Its primary focus is to protect tourists throughout their journey and ensure transparent and fair business practices across all travel services. So, the tourism law is broad. Broad siya ha. It is covered the entire travel experience from airlines, ship and cruises, tour operators, and travel agencies. So, it includes international law and treaties, especially when tourists cross the borders. So, kung mulakpas na gali siya, no? Mato sa daing lugar. Okay? So, example, the passenger rights when flights are delayed. Ang kapatan sa passenger ha. Okay? The liability of our tour operators during accident. Simba kung maunsa ka during your travel, during your world tour. So, naa si travel agency ana. Siya liable ana if in case simba kung maunsa mo sa inyong tour. The main goal of tourism law is to protect the tourist and ensure fair and transparent practices. So, liable ka kung ako ganun sampa mo sa among cruise ship. As the manager, as part of this, you are liable for the safety of the passenger or the guest. In short, tourism law follows the traveler from departure to destination and back home. So, kami, ang tourism law is mauto na protect sa tourist gikan sa arrival, departure in, ang pagbalik nila sa mismong way home nila. Okay? So, next slide is the hospitality law, the scope and focus. The hospitality law. Hospitality law specifically pertains to the legal frameworks governing establishments that provide lodging, food, and beverage services such as hotels, restaurants, bars, and resorts. It covers physical operational aspects including food safety standards, fire safety protocols, guest security measures, and anti-discrimination regulation. And significant area is employee regulation, ensuring fair labor practices within the sector. For example, hotels bear responsibility to prevent unauthorized access and maintain stringent food handling to mitigate potential lawsuits. So, hospitality law is more specific and localized. So, mag-focus siya no sa mga hotels, restaurants, bars, and resort. Muna para sa hospitality. So, the areas include are the food safety na standard. Ang magkuha kung naka-comply ba ka sa requirements. Okay? Fire safety, gas security, na may CCTV dihaan, na may security guard, and employee rights na abay ko saktong benefits ng dawat ang mimong trabahante or gisweldo ang masyag tarong o sakto ba ang yung duty na 8 hours ra. Okay? So, example pa, if food poisoning happens in restaurant, hospitality law determines who is responsible. Is liable ana mismong management. What penalties apply? Usay parusa, usay fines, bilay fines ana, and how damage are paid. Kung pila sa online pagbayad, kung pila ka kandidat sa damage na buhat. So hotels are responsible for guest safety, like preventing unauthorized access or theft, pagnanakaw, adjustment. So tanan ni na mga hospitality law covered with the management. Sila'y bahala ana. Okay? Next is the tourism law versus hospitality law. Usay kalahian nila. Okay. Here, tourism law broader scope covering the entire travel ecosystem, include transportation and tour operations, often deals with international and cross-jurisdictional regulation, focuses on consumer protection during travel. So, purpose ani to protect the tourists is as siya mag-travel. No, munang before ta mag-tour, na-adyo tayo pirmahang waiver or there's agreement between us as a guest and the mismong tour operators. Okay, hospitality law specific lodging, food service, and educational facilities, focus on premise safety and service standards and liability, more localized, dealing with property specific regulation, primarily concerns guest safety and operational compliance within establishments. So, let's compare the two. So, ang tourism law is covers the whole travel system. Ang mismo tanang travel sa usa ka guest, from local to international po international. Tanang rights ng travelers. Tanang nakafocus to protect the mismong turista. Ang hospitality is focused on on-site operation sa mismong lugar ng operation, sa pagluto, pag-serve, paghatag serbisyo. More ani is local, so focuses on guest safety and service standard. Kung tanan ba ang mismo establishment na comply sa standard and requirement based on the guest safety and service standards. So think of it this way, students, no? Tourism handles the journey. Ang pag-travel ang focus ni tourism, and hospitality handles ang pag-stay sa mismong guest. Wala siya diya. Okay, ang pinaka main goal focus nila. Okay, next is the real world example, the hotel liability. So I have here, let's hear the logo of hotel serves intoxicated guests causes for accident and hotel held liable. This is just liable, So, let's talk about the real life case, the Steve Stone Hotel case. It stands out as a stark reminder of the hotel liability. In this case, the hotel was responsible for damage after serving an intoxicated patron who subsequently caused a severe car accident. In this case, underscores the profound duty of care the hotels owe not only their guests but also their wider public, emphasizing the critical role of hospitality law in preventing negligence and safeguarding all involved parties. So in this case, a hotel served alcohol to an already intoxicated guest. So nag-serve pag-alcohol nun ang guest, ang mismong staff, ang mismong hotel sa usa ka tao na nakainom na daan or hubog na daan. Sa panang case, no? Then that guest later caused a serious car accident. Pag human yung inom ato, serve man hubog niya siya, serve man pa yun siya pag inom nun, then nakauli na disgrasya. The court ruled that the hotel was liable. Sala to sa mismong hotel. Ang hotel ang responsible ato. Why? Because hotel have a duty of care. Purpose, not just to guests but also the public. Lesson here: serving alcohol is not just about profit, it's about responsibility. Negligence can lead to serious legal consequences. Sumuon na ubang bartender, pwede siya stop na ta, ma'am, hubog na ka, ma'am. Mo tayo matuod na ilang i-control ang guest. Hindi kayo mo drink kung maayo. No? Kung mahubog na kani ang guest na kuan, ilang ipastiyo na sa mismo establishment, hindi sa nila palakunsa. Okay? So, sa'yo to, nakainom ng gunang guest, nagipainom pa siya inunon, then, i-allow pa siya ng biyahe. Mo to, sa ato is mismong management o the mismong hotel. Okay. Why understanding this law matters? Ngano kinahanglan sabtan nato ni oy. Hindi ang ato naman ito serve naman inta, be hospitable. Ano kinahanglan nato ni? First is to mitigate the risk. Knowing the law helps you avoid lawsuit and fight para makasabot ta kung saan paglikayan na usay pagbuhat ato ana dili ta makakuan sa mismong law. Second, ensure compliance. Following rules protect your business and your career. Siyempre, namatay need mga requirements need to comply na. Build trust. Empower decision. Legal knowledge helps make smarter choices and especially during conflicts. So nakitibaw ta in terms of decision making, isa lisod ang situation, makasolve ta dayon because of the law na atong gisadihan. Build trust. Guests are trust businesses that are safe, fair and compliant. How we're going untang safe ta, fair and compliant because of naatay nakakomply ta sa mga requirements given by the government. So kato pala mga certification na nakuha nato, sabihin part po to na nakuha ang mismong establishment. And lastly, shape industry. The law helps create sustainable, ethical, and professional tourism industry. So kung good ta certification, good ta with performances, dako tag opportunity para mas mailata sa mga laing pang mga guests. Okay? So, to the end of this discussion, always remember students na in tourism and hospitality, good service is not just enough. It must be safe, fair, and legal. Understanding the law is not about fear, it's about professionalism. As a future hoteliers, restaurateurs, tour operators, managers, the law will always be part of our daily decisions. So don't see law as an enemy. See it as a guide, protector, partner, and building successful career. And that brings us to the end of today's discussion on law and tourism and hospitality. Remember, in this industry, providing good service is important. Okay? The law is not here to scare us. It is the guide of our decision, protect our guests, and strengthen our industry we are part of. So, as future tourism hospitality professionals, always ask yourself, is what I'm doing not just good, but also right and legal? If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more educational content about tourism, hospitality, and real-world industry practices. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Again, this is Ryan. Again, and goodbye. Mabuhay.